There's a story about two very powerful business owners, the one trying to sell their business to the other. The negotiations weren't going well. The only people who were getting rich from them were the lawyers. Until one of the negotiators said to the other, "I'm not sure if we can reach an agreement. So here's what I propose. If we can find one business person, one professional, whose integrity we both trust absolutely, I am prepared to put the lowest price I will accept for selling my business into a sealed envelope and pass it to that person. If you are prepared to put the highest price you would pay for this business into another sealed envelope, we would ask that person to tell us one thing and one thing only. Assuming we're both honest, is there a chance of reaching an agreement?" They both did so, and the arbiter told them that they could stand down their legal teams because they were never going to come to an agreement. They saved themselves hours, days of time, and huge amounts of professional fees. In this video, I want to talk to you about a fundamental concept in negotiation, the scope for agreement. One way of thinking about the scope for agreement is as a couple of circles. If the blue circle represents all of the possible agreements that I might be prepared to accept, and the red circle represents all of the possible agreements that you might be prepared to accept, the question is there an overlap between those circles? If there is, that overlap represents the scope for agreement. If there is no overlap, then we cannot agree. The next thing we can do with that idea is to put it onto a single line. At one end of the line is my offer, and at the other end of the line is your offer. And there's a big gap in the middle. The next thing I'll do is add my walkaway point, my best alternative to a negotiated agreement. And I can put onto the same line your best alternative to a negotiated agreement as well. Now we have the scope for negotiation between my BATNA and your BATNA. However, I may perceive your BATNA to be somewhere other than where it actually is. You may perceive my BATNA to be somewhere other than where it actually is. So our perceived scope for negotiation may be smaller or larger than the true scope for negotiation. We tend to negotiate based on our perceptions of our scope for negotiation, and rightly so, in the sense that I'm never going to reveal my walkaway point to you, and you're not going to reveal your walkaway point to me. However, if you sense that the scope for negotiation is small, that's when you need to trigger some form of mechanism to test whether there is any scope for agreement, whether there is an area within the scope for negotiation where we can agree. Understanding the scope for negotiation and the scope for agreement is essential. It's not complex, it's simple. But without it, you can go into a negotiation blind, and you can end up wasting a lot of time. With it, you can understand what you're negotiating and therefore more rapidly come to an agreement. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.